You open your banking app before you even get out of bed. Available balance, $86.17. That number controls your entire day. You calculate everything. Gas or groceries, lunch or bus fare, electric bill or minimum credit card payment. In America, this level is more common than people admit. You learn survival math. $12 fast food meal? That's half a tank of gas. $18 Uber? That's tomorrow's lunch. At this level, your financial strategy is simple. Make it to Friday. Your phone buzzes. Payment declined. Your stomach drops instantly. Not because of the money, because of the embarrassment. The cashier looks at you. People behind you pretend not to notice. You move money from savings. There is no savings. This level teaches you the first rule of money. Cash flow is oxygen. Without it, everything suffocates. The first real paycheck. Your first stable paycheck feels like winning the lottery. $2,800 a month after taxes. You do the math in your head. You think you made it. Then the bills arrive. Rent, $1,400. Car payment, $420. Insurance, $190. Phone, $95. Groceries, $350. Gas, $160. You stare at what's left. Almost nothing. This is the level where most Americans live for years. It looks stable, but it's fragile. One unexpected bill and the entire system collapses. Your car needs brakes. $900. Your brain immediately opens the same app everyone uses at this level. Credit cards. Swipe now. Deal with it later. This is the level where debt quietly enters your life. Not because you're irresponsible, because life is expensive. And you're learning a dangerous habit, borrowing from your future. The illusion of stability. Your salary increases. $60,000 a year. For the first time, you breathe. You upgrade small things. Better apartment. Nicer phone. More dinners out. Nothing crazy. Just normal life. But something strange happens. You're still broke. Not technically broke, but financially stuck. Because expenses grow quietly. Lifestyle inflation. Your rent jumps to $1,900. Your car upgrade becomes a $620 payment. Subscriptions multiply. Streaming. Food delivery. Suddenly your income disappeared again. Except now the numbers are bigger. You're making more money than ever. And saving almost nothing. This level is where people get trapped for decades. Because nothing feels wrong. Bills are paid. Life looks good on Instagram. But behind the scenes, your financial progress is zero. This level teaches the second rule of money. Income does not create wealth. Behavior does. The financial wake-up call. Every financial life has a moment. A moment that changes how you see money forever. For some people, it's losing a job. For others, it's a massive credit card statement. For you, it's a simple calculation. You add up everything you own. Savings, $3,200. Investments, $0. Debt, $27,000. Net worth, negative. You've been working for years, and you're still underwater. That realization hits differently, because no one taught you how money actually works. School taught algebra, but never credit utilization, compound interest, index funds, net worth. So you start learning. Podcasts during commutes, YouTube while cooking dinner, books before bed. And one concept changes everything. Your first $100,000 is the hardest. Because the system flips. Instead of working for money, money begins working for you. But to reach that level, sacrifices begin. You cut expenses. Cancel subscriptions. Cook at home. Drive the same car longer. Friends think you're being cheap. But you're playing a different game now. Not spending. Building. Your first $10,000 saved. This moment feels small to other people. But to you, it feels powerful. Your bank account crosses 5 digits. $10,000. For the first time in your life, you have breathing room. If your car breaks, you're okay. If you lose your job, you have time. That feeling is called financial margin. And most people never experience it, because reaching this level requires something rare: consistency. You start automating money. $500 per month into investments. Every single month. No matter what the market is doing. You open a brokerage account. Buy your first index fund. You don't fully understand it yet, but you understand one thing. Rich people invest. Poor people spend. So you start copying the right group. Months pass. Then a year. Your investments move sideways. At first it's emotional. A market drop ruins your day. But eventually something shifts. You stop reacting. Because you realize a secret wealthy people understand. Time in the market beats timing the market. This level is where your identity begins changing. You're no longer someone who struggles with money. You're someone learning how to grow it. And that mindset shift? That's the real upgrade. The $50,000 net worth threshold. Something interesting happens around this number. Your money starts behaving differently. Because now growth becomes visible. You check your investments one morning. They grew $600 overnight. You didn't work. You didn't sell anything. You didn't do anything at all. That's when it hits you. This is how wealth actually builds. Slowly. Quietly. Then suddenly. But the danger at this level is confidence. Your brain whispers, "You understand money now." That's when people make mistakes. Risky stocks. Crypto hype. Options trading. Friends telling you about the next big thing. Some people lose years of progress here. But disciplined investors do something boring. They stay consistent. Index funds. Retirement accounts. Tax advantages. Employer 401k matches. You learn the American wealth system. And you realize something shocking. It's not hidden. It's just ignored. The $100,000 wall. Everyone talks about this number for a reason. The first $100,000 changes the game. Because growth accelerates. The 10% market year now means $10,000. That used to be an entire year of savings. Now it can happen without extra work. But this level has a psychological challenge. Progress feels slow again. At some point you stop checking your bank account every day. Not because you're rich. Because the system is finally working. Your investments are larger than your yearly savings. That's a strange realization. For years, progress depended entirely on your paycheck. Now the market can move your net worth more than your job. One good market month might add $8,000 to $12,000. One bad month might erase it. This is where emotions return. Not fear of bills. Fear of volatility. Because the numbers are finally big enough to matter. Your friends still see you the same way. Same car. Same clothes. Same habits. But financially, you're in a completely different world now. You've built something invisible. Momentum. And momentum is powerful. Because at this level, time becomes your greatest asset. Every year that passes multiplies the previous one. Compound interest stops being a theory. It becomes visible. Your retirement projections start looking shocking. If you do nothing different, you might retire a millionaire. That thought sits in your mind for days. Because for the first time in your life, wealth feels possible. Not for other people. For you. The lifestyle temptation. Something strange happens when your income keeps rising. Your brain starts negotiating. You've worked hard. You deserve better. Upgrade a little. This is where many future millionaires accidentally reset their progress. The house upgrade. The luxury car lease. Private school. Expensive vacations. None of these are wrong. But they come with something hidden. Permanent monthly costs. A bigger house doesn't just cost more once. It costs more forever. Higher taxes. Higher insurance. Higher utilities. Maintenance. Furniture. Repairs. Suddenly your financial freedom number moves further away. A $900,000 home can quietly delay retirement by 10 years. But most people don't see the trade. They only see the lifestyle. So at this level you make a decision. Not once, but constantly. Do you want to look wealthy? Or be wealthy? The people who cross the $1 million mark choose carefully here. Because lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. And America makes it extremely easy to spend everything you earn. $500,000 net worth. $500,000. When you were younger, this sounded impossible. Now it's real. But the feeling is different than expected. Less excitement. More responsibility. Because now mistakes are expensive. A bad investment decision could cost $50,000. That used to be your entire salary. You start thinking differently. Risk management becomes important. Diversification. Tax efficiency. Asset allocation. You open accounts you never cared about before. Roth or backdoor contributions. Tax loss harvesting. Suddenly finance becomes strategic. Because at this level, taxes quietly become one of your biggest expenses. You realize wealthy people don't just earn money. They structure money. Where it's invested. How it's taxed. When it's withdrawn. This is the level where investing stops being casual and becomes intentional. But something even more interesting happens. Your confidence grows. Not because of the number. Because of the system you built to reach it. You now trust your habits. And habits built your wealth. Not luck. The $1 million threshold. The number everyone talks about. 7 figures. For most people, this moment feels surreal. You open your investment dashboard. $1,002,341. You stare at it longer than expected. Because this number represents years of discipline. Years of saying no. Years of consistency. But here's the secret almost no one tells you. Becoming a millionaire doesn't suddenly change your life. You don't feel rich. Your house is the same. Your routine is the same. Your problems are mostly the same. What actually changes is something quieter. Options. You're no longer trapped by bad jobs. You can survive career risks. Start a business. Take a year off. Move cities. Money creates space. Space creates freedom. And freedom changes how you think. But there's also a new realization. $1 million in America today is not unlimited wealth. If invested responsibly, it might produce around $40,000 per year without touching the principal. That's helpful, but not luxury. Which is why many people keep going. Not because they're greedy, because they want security. And security has a number. The quiet wealth phase. Somewhere after the million mark, something shifts again. Money stops being emotional. Market drops don't scare you like before. Because you've seen cycles now. Crashes. Recoveries. Booms. Corrections. You understand the rhythm. This is when wealthy people start focusing on different goals. Not just accumulation. Optimization. How to protect wealth. How to reduce taxes. How to transfer assets to family. Estate planning. Trust. Long-term strategies. The conversation changes from, how do I make money, to, how do I keep it? Because statistically, many families lose generational wealth within 3 generations. Not because of bad luck. Because of bad planning. So you begin building structures. Insurance. Legal frameworks. Diversified assets. Things most people never think about. Because by this level, you're not just managing income anymore. You're managing a financial ecosystem. Final level, when money stops being the score. At the beginning, money was survival. Then it became progress. Then security. But eventually the meaning changes. Because once the system runs on its own, your time becomes more valuable than your income. You begin asking different questions. What work actually matters to you? What lifestyle do you want long-term? What impact do you want your